So welcome back to my daily show. Today we will be discussing the issue of building a wall. The government is currently shut down because Trump is trying to gain funds to build the wall, and I have invited a guest onto our show for the purpose of analyzing the historical context in regards as to the Gilded Age.
Hello. I guess I'll introduce myself. I'm Kelton Jones. I'm a editor for a newspaper based out of Dallas, Texas, quite left-leaning, opposing to your show. So I appreciate you inviting me here to talk about this discussion. Hopefully I can have a piece to change your mind.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Good luck.
We can only hope for the best. So you mentioned with historical context, and I know previously, before we started filming the show, you were talking about the Gilded Age regarding American history. So I really like this metaphor. So the Gilded Age period in American history was a time where business was really booming. You had people like Rockefeller and Carnegie Steel who were at the tip-top of these enterprises. But what was the real bread and butter of the time was the low-wage workers and then the immigrants that were coming over. So the immigrants were having this great effect on America's economy at the time. They were coming over and they were finding jobs, and
You sure it was great?
well, for the most part, yes.
Okay, so they were coming in here, they were taking these low-paying jobs from American workers, and they were practically forcing these American workers out of their jobs. They were being practically smuggled on ships here, illegally, and then they ruined the economy. I mean, it didn't get any better.
I really feel like you're giving these immigrants too much of a hard time. Let's take a better look at how America treated these immigrants in the first place, right?
Yes.
So, as these Chinese immigrants came over, not only were they treated terribly, the government would do things such as the Chinese Exclusion Act, right, where they prevented future immigrants from coming over, which was clearly racist, their ideals, and this pattern, can be seen at many different times through America's history, including today, where we're trying to exclude Mexican immigrants from coming over the border. Like, it just displays how still we have this white supremacist view and are at the core of our country. It's terrible.
You have to keep in mind that they weren't just coming in here for these low-paying jobs. There were also Chinese people that were coming in and they were resorting to crime and illegal activities as a source of income rather than just these jobs.
Okay, well, maybe let's take a better look at the wall right now. So, an issue of building, I'm completely against building the wall, right? So here's a couple of my issues with it.
Okay.
First of all, it will be one of the most expensive infrastructural pieces that America has ever endeavored in building, right?
Yes.
Estimates from $10 billion to $20 billion just for this single piece for this wall, right?
Yes.
How is that like a good idea? $10 billion from taxpayers.
Because our annual budget, per year, keep in mind, is $4 trillion. Trillion. That's less, 10 billion is 1% of that.
I still think, well, the wall, let's look at the effectiveness of the wall, right?
Yes.
So, the wall, many people view this as Mexicans crossing over the border to come work, right?
Yes.
They view it as the wall will be like this perfect border separating them from us. But what they really don't understand is that the majority of illegal immigrants come over here legally in the first place through work visas and through visiting legally, and then they overstay those visas. And then that's how they end up in the country illegally. So having a wall at the border isn't going to stop them from entering legally and then just not leaving.
What percentage of those immigrants do you think are overstayed?
At least 40%.
Yes, 40% are overstayed. That's still 60% of illegal immigrants that are coming through the wall or coming through the border.
Okay.
That could be stopped. 40% are visas.
Well, still, that's, the worthwhileness of how is it going to benefit America? So, okay, let's just think, even if we were to build a wall.
Yes.
Not only is that piece of infrastructure $10 billion today, but also you have to staff it, you have to constantly keep it up to date. You have to maintain it. What about the pricing for that? I mean, Americans are going to be paying for that forever.
Yes, we have $4 trillion in annual budget. And when these illegal immigrants are coming in here, they're causing us over $100 billion per year to keep them in our country. 10 billion is nothing compared to what they are causing per year.
Okay. Well, let's think about splitting families apart, right? So
yes.
By building the wall, the ultimate goal is to not just have the wall, but to also beef up immigration reform and immigration laws. So that would, in turn, revolve around separating families through deportation. I mean, you have tons of people who have come over here and who have children and are going to be separated from the children. And how can you tell, I mean, some of these children that their parents aren't going to be coming home, that they're going to have to stay in the U.S. or that their parents are being sent home. I mean, well, and they have no choice.
They shouldn't be allowed to come over here and have an anchor baby in the first place. They're illegal. They should not be here. If they want to go through the legal way of getting their citizenship, then they're more than welcome to. But to come here and have an anchor baby and then say that they should stay because they're a kid, that's not right.
I just think it has racist tendencies.
Okay.
I just think that.
Okay.
We'll agree to disagree on that point.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't know. Immigration is an all-time low. In closing remarks, I feel like building this wall would not serve the purpose that Americans are really being lied to and they believe that it will be doing. Truthfully, I mean, we're being told that it's just gonna, that immigration is just the biggest issue of the time, and Trump's making this. And I mean, he's called Mexicans rapists, he's called them drug dealers, and there are so many good immigrants that are coming to this country and making it a better place. I don't understand how you can support our president in doing such an endeavor like that when he's clearly has these racist tendencies against that group of people.
Okay, so you think immigration is at an all-time low?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put a chart up on the screen so everybody watching can take a look. So as you can see on this graph, the year of 2019, it starts out at 60,000 detained immigrants in just of October, whereas in 2018, it's 34,000 rather than 60.
Well, I do not agree with your views. I appreciate that we can have this conversation.
Yeah.
I feel like it really helps to educate people and to really understand the other side. So I do appreciate you having me on your show.
I enjoyed it. It was good. I don't agree with you, but it was nice. I like it.
Okay. Thank you again.
Anytime. All right. And that concludes this episode. I will be posting another video every Monday and Thursday. And yeah, like the video, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. Peace.